Do you know the warm progress under the stars? Do you know we exist? Have you forgotten the keys to the kingdom? Have you been born yet, and are you alive? Let's reinvent the gods, all the myths of the ages, celebrate symbols from deep elder forests. Have you forgotten the lessons of the ancient war? We need great golden copulations. The fathers are cackling in trees of the forest, our mother is dead in the sea. Do you know we are being led to slaughters by placid admirals, and that fat, slow generals are getting obscene on young blood? Do you know we are ruled by TV? The moon is a dry blood beast. Guerrilla bands are rolling numbers in the next block of green vine, amassing for warfare on innocent herdsmen who are just dying. In that year we had a great visitation of energy. Back in those days, everything was simpler and more confused. One summer night, going to the pier, I ran into two young girls. The blonde was called Freedom, the dark one Enterprise. We talked, and they told me this story. Come, for all the world lies hushed and fallen, green ships dangle on the surface of ocean, and skybirds glide smugly among the plains. Gaunt, crippled houses strangle the cliffs in the east. In the cities, a hum of life starting, now come. And the cool, fluttering, rotten wind, and a child's handprint on picture window, and the gun cocked and held resting on the shoulder, Western style, and fire in the night, waiting in a darkened house for the cruel, insane breed from town to arrive and come poking through smoke and the fuel and ashes for milk, and the evil leer in their faces barking with triumph. Who will not stop them? The hollow tree where we three slept and dreamed in the movement of whirling shadows and grass, tired rustle of leaves, an old man stirs the dancers with his old dance. Darkening, swift shadows lean on the meat of forest to allow breathing. Gently they stir, gently rise. The dead are newborn awakening, with ravaged limbs and wet souls. Gently they sigh in rapt funeral amazement. Who called these dead to dance? Was it the young woman learning to play the ghost song in her baby grand? Was it the wilderness children? Was it the ghost god himself, stuttering, cheering, chatting blindly? I called you up to anoint the earth. I called you to announce sadness falling like burned skin. I called you to wish you well, to glory in self like a new monster, and now I call on you to pray. Of the great, insane American night we sing, sending our gift to its vast promise. Pilots are a problem, the rain and hungry sea, greedy for steel. Say a soft American prayer, a quiet animal sigh for the strong plane landing. We rode on opium tires from the colossal airport chess game at dawn, new from glass in the broken night. Landed then in quiet fog beside the Times out of this strange river. Then gladly through a wasted morning, happy to be alive to signs of life, a dog, a schoolgirl. Are we in Harlem? Lament for my cock, sore and crucified, I seek to know you, acquiring soulful wisdom. You can open walls of mystery, strip show. How to acquire death in the morning show. TV death which the child absorbs, death well mystery which makes me right, slow train the death of my cock gives life. Forgive the poor old people who gave us entry, taught us God in the child's prayer in the night. Guitar player, ancient wise satyr, sing your ode to my cock, caress its lament, stiffen and guide us, we frozen. Lost cells, the knowledge of cancer, to speak to the heart and give the great gift, words, power, trance. This stable friend and the beasts of his zoo, wild-haired chicks, women flowery in their summit, monsters of skin, each color connects to create the boat which rocks the race. Could any hell be more horrible than now and real? I pressed her thigh and death smiled. Death, old friend, death and my cock are the world. I can forgive my injuries in the name of wisdom, luxury, romance. Sentence upon sentence, words are healing lament for the death of my cock spirit has no meaning in the soft fire. Words got me the wound and will get me well, if you believe it. All join now and lament for the death of my cock, a tongue of knowledge in the feathered night. Boys get crazy in the head and suffer. I sacrifice my cock on the altar of silence. Accept this ancient wisdom which has traveled far to greet us from the east with the sun. Call out to him from the mountain high, from high towers. As the mind rebels and wends its way to freedom, grant us one more day and hour, the hero of this dream who heals and guides us. Forgive me, blacks, you who unite as I fear and gently fall on darkness. In that year we had a great visitation of energy. A vast, radiant beach and a cool, jeweled moon. Couples naked race down by its quiet side, and we laugh like soft, mad children, smug in the woolly cotton brains of infancy. The music and voices are all around us. Choose, they croon, the ancient ones, the time has come again. Choose now, they croon, beneath the moon, beside an ancient lake. Enter again the sweet forest, enter the hot dream, come with us. Everything is broken up in dances. O great creator of being, grant us one more hour to perform our art and perfect our lives. The moths and atheists are doubly divine in dying. We live, we die, and death not ends it. Journey we more into the nightmare, cling to life, our passion flower, cling to cunts and cocks of despair. We got our final vision by clap, Columbus's groin got filled with green death. I touched her thigh and death smiled. We have assembled inside this ancient and insane theater to propagate our lust for life and flee the swarming wisdom of the streets. The barns are stormed, the windows kept, and only one of all the rest to dance and save us with the divine mockery of words, music inflames temperament. When the true king's murderers are allowed to roam free, 1,000 magicians arise in the land. Where are the feasts we were promised? Where is the wine, the new wine, dying on the vine? Resident mockery, give us an hour for magic, we of the purple glove, we of the starling flight and velvet hour, we of Arabic pleasures breed, we of sundom in the night. Give us a creed to believe, a night of lust, give us trust in the night. Give of color 100 hues, a rich mandala for me and you, and for your silky pillowed house a head, wisdom, and a bed. Troubled decree, resolute mockery has claimed thee. We used to believe in the good old days. We still receive in little ways the things of kindness and unsporting brow, forget and allow. Did you know freedom exists in a school book? Did you know madmen are running our prison within a jail, within a gale, within a white-free Protestant maelstrom? We're perched headlong in the edge of boredom. We're reaching for death on the end of a candle. We're trying for something that's already found us. We can invent kingdoms of our own, grand purple thrones, those chairs of lust and love we must, in beds of rust. Steel doors lock in prisoners' screams, and Muzak AM rocks their dreams. No black men's pride to hoist the beams while mocking angels sift what seems to be a collage of magazine dust, scratched on foreheads of walls of trust. This is just jail for those who must get up in the morning and fight for such unusable standards while weeping maidens show off penury and pout ravings for a mad staff. Wow, I'm sick of doubt. Live in the light of certain South cruel bindings. The servants have the power, dog men and their mean women, pulling poor blankets over our sailors. And where were you in our lean hour? Milking your mustache or grinding a flour? I'm sick of dour faces staring at me from the TV tower. I want roses in my garden bower, dig? Royal babies, rubies, must now replace aborted strangers in the mud. These mutants, blood meal for the plant that's plowed. They are waiting to take us into the severed garden. Do you know how pale and wanton thrillful comes death in a strange hour, unannounced, unplanned for, like a scaring, over-friendly guest you've brought to bed? Death makes angels of us all and gives us wings where we had shoulders smooth as ravens' claws. No more money, no more fancy dress. This other kingdom seems by far the best until its other jaw reveals incest and loose obedience to a vegetable law. I will not go. Prefer a feast of friends to the giant family. Great screaming Christ, upsy daisy, lazy Mary, will you get up upon a Sunday morning? The movie will begin in 5 moments, the mindless voice announced. All those unseated will await the next show. We filed slowly, languidly into the hall. The auditorium was vast and silent. As we seated and were darkened, the voice continued. The program for this evening is not new. You have seen this entertainment through and through. You've seen your birth, your life and death. You might recall all of the rest. Did you have a good world when you died? Enough to base a movie on? An iron chuckle wrapped our minds like a fist. I'm getting out of here. Where are you going? To the other side of morning. Please don't chase the clouds, pagodas, temples. Her cunt gripped him like a warm, friendly hand. It's all right, all your friends are here. When can I meet them? After you've eaten. I'm not hungry. Oh, we meant beaten. Silver stream, silvery scream. Ooh, impossible concentration. Here come the comedians. Look at them smile. Watch them dance an Indian mile. Look at them gesture, how aplomb, so to gesture everyone. Words dissemble, words be quick, words resemble walking sticks. Plant them, they will grow, watch them waver so. I'll always be a word man, better than a bird man. But I'll charge, won't get away without lodging $1. Shall I say it again? Aloud, you get the point. No food without fuel's gain. I'll be the Irish loud, unleashed my beak at peak of powers. O girl, unleash your worried comb, a worried mind. Sin in the fallen backwoods by the blind, she smells debt on my new collar. Arrogant pose tied in a network of fast quest, hence the obsession. It's quick to admit, fast borrowed rhythm, woman came between them. Women of the world unite, make the world safe for a scandalous life. He, cut your throat, life is a joke. Your wife's in a moat, the same boat, here comes the goat. Blood, 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 they're making a joke of our universe. Matchbox, are you more real than me? I'll burn you and set you free. Wept bitter tears, excessive courtesy I won't forget. A hot, sick lava flowed up, rustling and bubbling. The idiot took his mind off his flowers, calling robins dewy. Neat marshal of enterprise, thoughtful diamond. You wouldn't know class if it fell in your ass. Indeed, motel swimming pool. Ass high in junk, the paper face. Mirror mask, I love you mirror. Venetian blinds. Mediterranean trot, trout fishing, what's for lunch? Index of pool, comfort chair, rod, aluminum, peel, tan, orange flavor golf ball. Hit his head on a Texas green. You want to fight? Hard gloves, worthy of sinner's fight, clean, a hard win. He had been brainwashed for 4 hours. The lieutenant puzzled in again. Ready to talk? No, sir, was all he'd say. Go back to the gym. Very peaceful. Meditation. Shower of convenience. A military station in the desert, looking out Venetian blinds, a plane, a desert flower, movie airbase, cool cartoon. The rest of the world, travel proving as reckless and dangerous. Look at the cartoons of brothel stag films. The ship leaves port. Exploration. A mean horse of another thicket, wishbone of desire. Decry the metal fox. In that year we had a great visitation of energy. A vast radiant beach and a cool jeweled moon. Couples naked race down by its quiet side, and we laugh like soft mad children smug in the woolly cotton brains of infancy. The music and voices are all around us. Choose, they croon, the ancient ones, the time has come again. Choose now, they croon, beneath the moon, beside an ancient lake. Enter again the sweet forest, enter the hot dream, come with us. Everything is broken up in dances. Well, I'll tell you a story of whiskey and mystics and men, and about the believers and how the whole thing began. First there were women and children obeying the moon. Then daylight brought wisdom and fever and sickness too soon. You can try to remind me instead of the other you can. You can help to ensure that we all insecure our command. If you don't give a listen, I won't try to tell your new hand. This is it, can't you see that we all have our ends in the band? And if all of the teachers and preachers of wealth were arraigned, we could see quite a future for me in the literal sense. And if all of the people could claim to inspect such regret, well, we'd have no forgiveness, forgetfulness, faithful remorse. So I tell you, I tell you, I tell you, we must send away. We must try to find a new answer instead of a way. My name is the Holy Shay. I come to town this day to tell my story to the judge. Judge, 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 the man is not wanted here. Come to our house, say the mandarino, and tell us why it is you stray so near, and why you run away fast and come back slow, in the middle of the sun, in the middle of the day, when even an idiot goes indoors. The sun sucks snakes into its eye. What do the dead do when they die? Earth, air, fire, water, mother, father, sons and daughters, airplane in the starry night, first fright, forest follow free. I love thee, watch how I love thee. Have you forgotten the lessons of the ancient war? Keep opening doors in the party skull, the tunnel of love. Strangle the women voices one by one. In that year we had a great visitation of energy. A vast radiant beach and a cool jeweled moon. Couples naked race down by its quiet side, and we laugh like soft mad children smug in the woolly cotton brains of infancy. The music and voices are all around us. Choose, they croon, the ancient ones, the time has come again. Choose now, they croon, beneath the moon, beside an ancient lake. Enter again the sweet forest, enter the hot dream, come with us. Everything is broken up in dances. Sing to your daddy in the house of suede. Funeral bells are ringing, cemetery deer are singing. Cypress trees of Monterey, the cool wines of disorder, calmly looking back, growing slowly older. I want the kiss of war to unnerve the nation, demand transfer to another station. The politics of ecstasy are real. Can't you feel them working through you, turning night into day, mixing sun with the sea? And gentlemen of doubt, shout your warnings to the women of Crete who have no need for meat. Sweet sacred meat, come out, and eat. Legerdemain, wilderness pain, cruel swimming ambience, sweet swimming fishhook smile. I love you all the while, even with the little child by the hand and squeeze. You're learning fast. Keep off the walk. Listen to the children talk. Meeting you at your parents' gate, we will tell you what to do, what you have to do to survive. Leave the rotten towns of your father, leave the poisoned wells and blood-stained streets, enter now the sweet forest. When warriors leave the field, the soil is rich and rice will grow again in gold. Cobra sun, Fibra smile, no man kill me. Who is this insane messenger? In times like these, we need men around us who can see clearly and speak the truth, out of breath. Raving witness, who comes? Asia. I walked through the Panther's living room, and our summer together ended too soon. Stronger than farther, strangled by night, rest in my sunbursts, relax in her secret wilderness. This is the sea of doubt which threads harps unwithered and unstrung. It's the brother, not the past, who turns sunlight into glass. It's the valley, it's me, testimony from a strange witness. The flowering of God-like people in the muted air would seem strange to an intruder of certain size, but this is all we have left to guide us now that he is gone. Leads me from line to line in time of fever. In the stillness of an insect dream, I seem to hear the woman scream out wonderingly for solace from the tense soldier. Now listen to this. I'll tell you about Texas radio and the big beat, soft-driven, slow and mad like some new language. Reaching your head with the cold, sudden fury of a divine messenger. Let me tell you about heartache and the loss of God, wandering in hopeless night. The Negroes in the forest, brightly feathered, let me show you the maiden with wrought iron soul. Out here in the perimeter, there are no stars. Out here, we is stoned, immaculate.
Help! Help! Save us! Save us! We're dying, fella. Do something. Get us out of this. Save us! I'm dying. What have we done now? We've done it, fella. We've committed the... Help! This is the end of us, fella. I love you, fella. I love you, fella. I love you 'cause you're you. But you gotta help us. What have we done, fella? What have we done now? Where are my dreamers today and tonight? Where are my dancers leaping madly, whirling and screaming? Where are my women quietly dreaming, caught like angels in the dark porch of a velvet ranch? Dance, 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 dance. It was the greatest night of my life, although I still had not found a wife. I had my friends right there beside me. We were close together. We scaled the wall, we tripped through the graveyard. Ancient shapes were all around us. No music, but the wet grass felt fresh beside the fog. Two made love in a silent spot. One chased a rabbit into the dark. A girl got drunk and bawled the dead, and I gave empty sermons to my head. Cemetery cool and quiet, hate to leave your sacred lay. Dread the milky coming of the day. I'd love to stay. I'd love to stay. I'd love to stay. Indians scattered on dawn's highway bleeding. Ghosts crowd the young child's fragile eggshell mind. Indian, Indian, what did you die for? Indian says nothing at all. I am the woman in the window, see the children playing. Soldier, sailor, young man on your way to the summer swimming pool. Can you see me standing in my window? Can you hear me laughing? Come upstairs, sir, to your room, and I will play for you. Oh, dreamland, golden scene land, try to sleep, lamb, take us to dreamland. I am unhappy, far from my woman. Take me to dreamland, land of the banyan. Land of plentiful pleasures of pines and potatoes on tables laden with good things. Eat at my table, she cried to the vineyards, calling the workers home from the meadows. Man, you are evil, get out of my garden. Ours is a good place, home of the reindeer. Sell me your pony, your fast golden pony. I need his strength and his terrible footsteps. Riding the prairie, just me and my angel. Just try and stop us, we're going to love. Open your window, woman of Palestine. Throw down your raiment and cover us over. Okay? Now let's go get a taco. When Radio Dark Night existed and assumed control, and we rocked in its web, consumed by static, stroked with fear, we were drawn down the distance of long cities, riding home through the open night alone, launching fever and strange carnage from the back seat. Awake, shake dreams from your hair, my pretty child, my sweet one. Choose the day and choose the sign of your day, the day's divinity, first thing you see. A burnt tree like a giant primeval bird, a leaf, dry and bitter, crackling tales in its warm ways.
Sidewalk gods will do for you the forest of the neighborhood, the empty lost museum and the mesa, and the mountain's pregnant monument above the newsstand where the children hide when school ends. In this full-throated sex cry we must try again to speak of the ununited miles of sleep around us, bumbling through slumber, blind numbers. In a tiled room, we sit and brood, refuse to move, the guards refuse. And in the last place, and in the last sweet breath, and in stroke of sidewise crab, and in stars of plenty, stars of greed, in the written books and majesties and fulfillment on a cliff, on the inside of butter, on smooth backs and camels, in the open vessel and the vein, in lives untold who witnessed everything, for those people who died, for nirvana, for the heavenly creed, for you, for me. These lines are written to convey the message, to ignore the warning, to spree upward into tantalizing voices, to visit underseas, believe things more horrible than war, things out of the tales, great beasts suffering extinction. Curses, invocations, weird bait-headed mongrels, I keep expecting one of you to rise. Large, buxom, obese queens, garden hogs and cunt veterans, quaint cabbage saints, shit hoarders and individualists, drag strip officials, tight-lipped losers, and lustful fuck salesmen, my militant dandies, all strange order of monsters, hot on the trail of the woodvine, we welcome you to our procession. All these monstrous apologies, words forsaken, forgotten by all hell, loose walls falling, tumbling down to night, fast friends, fellows of the one true cross, earthly lovers crash and sweet sorrow blackness falling, soft rivers of guilt on the spilled roadside, down into fire, silence cry. Argue with breath nice while I cry, midnight. It must come like dream sperm uncalled from the center borderlands where liquor's made flow. It must come unbidden like the dawn, soft haste, no hurry, hairs curl. The phone rings, we create the dawn. Stiff bundle, breeding sorrow, mare's milk, I fell in the earth and raped the snow, I got married to life and breathed with my marrow, I saw young dancers, I am meat and need fuel, need the hoary glimmer of tears in women all ages, laughter sandwich, fuel for the lunch of meat minds. Now damn you, dance, now dance, or die sleek and fat in your reeking seat still buckled for flight. To have just come wondering if the world is real is sick to see the shape she's made of. What wandering lunacy have we soft created? Certain no one meant it. Sure someone started. Where is he? Where is he or it when we need her? Where are you? In a flower? In a flower? To have just been born for beauty and see sadness, what is this frail sickness? Now look. The chocolate bitch is in heat, bad bitch for breeding, but we love her best. If the writer can write, and the farmer can sow, then all miracles can appear and start happening. If the children eat, if their time of crying was midnight, the earth needs them, soft dogs in the snow, nestled in spring, when sun makes wine and blood dances dangerous in the veins or vine. The wild whore laughs like an ancient spinster. Crone, we see you, come again in the mind, I lie like fever. Dancing your nubile hush, willing to be possessed, untold stories dare engines rise, trampled like redskins, sacred foreskin. Cancer began with the knife's cruel blow, and the damaged rod has risen again in the east like a star on fire. Round up, rondelay, ronda. Red, rich, roll, ruse, rune, rake, roan, ran, regard if you can, if you know what I mean. This is concrete imagery, Vermont. The mouth leads this way, I that way. No good, faster the hand too slow to exist in time. We die, construct prisms, prisons, and avoid the truth faster. These hang-ups, hold-ups, shooting the republic, the president's dream behind the throne. Fourscore fast fever, the clinic, the wisdom, syphilis, doctor, nurse, Indians, Americans, and let us save us, guide us in time of need. Prayer to the mind cell body, prayer to center of man, prayer to evening's last whisper. As the hand silently glides into peaceful stones, I await your coming with negligence. Speak to me. Don't leave me here alone. Torture, clinic chamber. I know the man arrested, the stale bars, his mother, who will help a match, a cigarette. I'm going, God. What is your name? There must be some way to define stop happening space shades, postures, poses, suspects. The world behind the word and all insane utterance. Can't now, coming for us, soon leave, all over. The Republic is a big cross and a big cross the nation. The world on fire. Taxi from Africa, the Grand Hotel. He was drunk. A big party last night there. Pastures, fields, skunks, snake, invisible nightbirds, nighthawks, summer disasters out of doors. Listen to the lions roar in the empty fields of summer. These are forgotten lands. Speak confidently of the forest. The end, the joke, is on me, most certainly. There must be someone today who knows what they do, but they can't tell you, like feeding a child wine, like sniffing Kotex. Cigars roar, field streams, blue babies, lists, real estate, offices, word vomit, mind soup, crawling lice and tick bats, book bonds, feeling streams lead to losers, going back in all directions, sleeping these insane hours. I'll never wake up in a good mood again. I'm sick of these stinky boots. Stories of animals in the woods, not stupid, but like Indians peeping out, their little eyes in the night. I know the forest and the evil moontide. We sure look funny, don't we, fella? Pluperfect, forgotten. Songs are good streams for a laugh. The mind bird was a good fella who minded labyrinths and lived in a well. He knew Jesus, knew Newman, knew me, and Morganfields. I hope you can understand these last parables were hopeless, sure, if you can regard them as anything beyond matter. Surely not more than twice fold, fork and follow and loosen tree. Now here's the rub, rune. Rib-bait squalor, the women of the quarter yawned and meandered, swimming dust-tide for food, scraps the child feed. No noon for misses. The church called bells, inhabitants of the well, come to hell, come to the bell, funeral jive, Negroes plenty, fluttering their dark smiles. Mindless lepers conmen. The movie is popular this season. In all the hotels, rich tourists from the continent shore up and hold a story seance nightly. The birds tell and they know all. Telephones, crooks, and castanets. The lines are wired. Listen. Hear those voices and all this long distance from the other half. I love to hear you ramble, boy, missionary stallion. One day, the devil arrived, only no one tell her you'll ruin the outcome. He walked to the pulpit and saved the city while certainly screwing someone's female or daughter. When his cloak was hoisted, the snake was seen, and we all slipped back to lethargy. Buildings gilded, no interruptions, please. Constructions everywhere. Our own house was solid astrology. Tiny flutes won their starling sunrise, and in the estuary side trap stopped our dinner. He came home with bags of meat and sacks of flour, and the bread rose and the family flourished. Are you ready?
You're on.
And, nothing special, just be cool. Ready?
No, that's Sprinkle.
Ready, Ken?
Okay. And now I say to you, the silk hamper. Start over.
Start over.
Oh. And so I say to you, the silk handkerchief was embroidered in China or Japan behind the steel curtain, and no one can cross the borderline without proper credentials. This is to say that we are all sensate and occasionally sad, and if every partner in crime were to incorporate promises in his program, the dance might end and all our friends would follow. Who are our friends? Are they sullen and slow? Do they have great desire? Or are they one of the multitude who walk doubting their impossible regret? Certainly things happen and reoccur in continuous promise. All of us have found a safe niche where we can store up riches and talk to our fellows on the same premise of disaster. But this will not do. No, this will never do. There are continents and shores which beseech our understanding. Seldom have we been so slow. Seldom have we been so far. My only wish is to see Far Arden again. The truth is on his chest. The cellular excitement has totally inspired our magic veteran. And now for an old trip. I'm tired of thinking. I want the old forms to reascent their sexual cool. My mind is just, And this morning, before I sign off, I would like to tell you about Texas radio and the Big Beat. It moves into the perimeter of your sacred, sincere, and dedicated smile like a calm veteran of the psychic war. He was no general, for he was not old. He was no private, for he could not be told. He was only a man, and his dedication extended to the last degree. Poor pretentious soldier, come home. The dark Los Angeles evening is steaming the church that we attended, and I miss my boy. Stupid and green. What the color green? When I watch the TV, and I see helicopters swirling their brutal and bountiful sensation over the fields and the comic walls, I can only smile and fix a meal and think about the child who will one day own you. In conclusion, darling, let me repeat. Your home is still here, inviolate and certain, and I open the wide smile of my remembrance. This to you on the anniversary of our first night. I know you love me to talk this way. I hope no one sees this message written in the calm, lonely, far-out, languid summer afternoon with my total love.